Hey guys, is my mic working? Is my mic working? Okay, that's good. If it doesn't, welcome to my channel. I'm Fatman. I make daily Valorant content, and this time we're gonna be talking about something more serious. I know you people love returning to my videos, as I can see, but I've been seeing a lot of people, asking, not on my channel personally, but on other channels, on Valorant subreddit, on going pro, and this is a huge topic I wanted to be talking about. Everyone is trying to go pro. This was just like in CSGO. If you're new, by the way, be sure to subscribe for more Valorant daily content. But I see a lot of people talking about this, but not actually realizing the consequences of it actually, going pro. You sacrifice a lot of time, and I wanted to be going a few articles. I wanted to also get a few pro statements. A lot of people compare themselves to this huge esports streamers or huge pro players. They're streaming like 8 hours a day, and they're like, oh yeah, I can just play for a while. I'll get accepted by a team. I'll get a €1,000 or a full-time paycheck or whatever, and I'll go pro. I'll play against TSM. I'll play against T1. I play against T100. Well, it's not that easy. To be honest, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. And if you see, for example, I don't know, Shroud playing Valorant and going really good, or Tens, or Food, there's so many pro players right now. But if you see any of them playing, Valorant right now, they did that because they were playing, before they were already big, and there's thousands and thousands of 16 to 19-year-olds, they're the age of me, who actually are trying to go pro, and it's not working out for them. This is actually one of the hardest jobs you can actually do. So going pro in a video game is one of the hardest monetizable things out there, to be honest. Unless you can like record and stream it and upload it daily. If you're just I'm gonna stream on Twitch for like 2 years and hopefully it catches on, it just doesn't work like that. I know being paid to play video games is pretty fun, but let me just show you a few examples over here. So my goal is to become a pro in Valorant once it comes out, and it hasn't even come out. Don't know what I have to sacrifice in order to get there. Okay, so as the title said, my goal is to become a pro player in Valorant once it comes out. So I'm not gonna, I just wanted to give you a heads up. If you really want to go pro in Valorant, you have to be playing a lot of FaceIt matches. But that's just my advice, because I'm gonna be explaining in this video why it's not worth it. But I'm still gonna give advice if you came looking in this video how you can actually go pro, not why you shouldn't go pro. So he's 16 and living in Israel, where it's like a terrible PC. It means that at 2 years, I'll be forced to serve in the army for almost 3 years. I was looking, considering to leave the country by myself so I won't have to serve the army. This is in order to pursue my goal, but I'm just not knowledgeable enough to know if it's worth it. Meaning, are those 3 years virtual, not being able to play games enough to ruin my goal from becoming reality? And people have been asking him that you actually need a lot of experience. 21 is definitely not too old to go pro in esports. There are too many examples of players operating at the highest level well after that. Players have also transitions from other games to go pro with surprising speed, blah blah blah. The thing with this is, if you want to really go pro, you want to start as early as possible, because then you can do streaming. A lot of Fortnite players went pro at 15, 16. They got a few millions, and they're earning a lot of money and recognition and converting it to like Twitch or YouTube streams. I think that's a great idea. So for example, me, I restarted my channel at like 19 or something. That means when I'm 21, hopefully I'll be having a nice community, right? 2 years is an extremely long time in esports. There is a lot to be accomplished in that time, but it's a serious question. If you're either about to get paid, if you can sustain it. Other pros have left for military service in return. It's entirely doable if you're committed and maintain your relationship while away. I think that's crazy. People are saying, how do I become pro Valorant or make it into esport? I'm only 16 years old. There's a lot of people asking this. There's a lot of competition. Wait for your rank to come out, get really high rank, stream games, and you'll probably have teams reaching out to you. I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that easy. Sometimes that's the case, right? But right now, what the case is, you have to play a lot of FaceIt matches, and you have to reach out to other teams. You have to find a pre-made team that's that's the most obvious one. Without having an actual pre-made team, you won't have a big shot. If you're trying to solo queue and whatever, good luck with that. What does it take to go pro? I'm loving the game, and I was wondering what it takes to go pro. Is it realistic if you're only legendary eagle in CS:GO? Some people are really delusional. You think this is an indicator already? I would play like 10 hours a day. Practice and talent is what it takes. That's a really good skill. Refine your skill as efficiently as you can and get your name out there. Chances are incredibly slim, but I wouldn't ever call it possible. Focus on the agent you find the most fun and effective. Nah, just delete the fun. You have to find the most effective agent, to be honest. Learn all the guns and recalls. This is a really nice article, so I found these two, and I'm gonna be choosing one. He won't be going pro, we already know that. I made that in another video, but Shrouded while playing Valorant Ranked won't help you go pro. That's a pretty new article. Professional streamer Michael Shroud Grisik advises against players counting on Valorant Ranked to prepare for pro play. You kind of have to be playing like FaceIt matches. FaceIt matches is the only best thing that's out there right now. Shroud has an extensive history of competitive gaming. Well, my camera is really dark. If you look at this, now that he's a streamer, the gaming community typically turns for his opinion on all things FPS. Valorant's highly anticipated release, and the hype hasn't even settled since. Players from games like CSGO and Overwatch have inspired to jump on a competitive bandwagon. So you have to compete with all the players. Just give me a sec. I gotta turn the light on. Alright, we back. Now you have to compete not only with the pro players that have been there, but if you're starting out in Valorant, you have to compete with CSGO and Overwatch pro players, Paladins pro players, stuff like that. I just want you to let you know that if you're considering of ever going pro. And as a result, players hoping to make a name for themselves are taken to Valorant's in-house leaders. So most of these pro players going pro to Valorant actually don't, you know, they get short-term money, but long-term, it's not going to work out well for them. And Shroud said, rank doesn't matter. Shroud shares on why Valorant players shouldn't rely on rank to get better. He says he's heard several complaints about Valorant's in-game competitive structure, which I can definitely agree with. The rank system will never be good. If you truly want a competitive nature, you do customs, you do then go to do the 10 mans, so I definitely agree with that. Or FaceIt. FaceIt is the only thing that's gonna guarantee you a good spot with a team. If you're playing good on FaceIt, usually that's where players go pro. Then you have FaceIt qualifier matches. That's a great thing. Example, he points out that TSM's Valorant team was inside a custom server practicing. He says that it's a perfect example of excellent practice. Shroud explains, if you truly want to go anywhere, you want to be anything, that's what you should do. Whether it's screaming against other teams or going over things as a team, Shroud says it's necessary to take practice outside of the ranked system. Shroud states them and sentiments are shared by many professional players. And the ranked is fucking broken right now. Do you really want to rank up with someone that doesn't know how to actually play? To be honest, would just leave the rank as this. Get a good rank there, sure, but it's not gonna work out for you. It's simply not good. The competitive mode still needs improvement, even though it's been released or whatever. It's still not out there. It still needs a ton of work, in my honest opinion. I think it has good potential, but some characters are too damn OP. The game is too reliant on each other agents. So if it's a 4v5, just like in CSGO, you have a slim chance of winning that round. There's still a chance. You have to get a kill. You have to get an entry kill. Usually in the early rank, so let's say you're iron, bronze, blah blah blah. You can get like you can get kills even in gold, even in silver. You can get those kills. But when it's like top ranks and if someone dies, they will push together, and the chances for trades are gonna be less likely. The chances where, you know, someone makes a crucial mistake is almost zero. So FaceIt really, you know, a pre-made from your same country. If it's the same country, even better. I know a pro player in Turkey. He's a great guy. He's actually going pro in Valorant right now. He's like has like his own team and whatever. They were pro in CS:GO. Now they're actually going pro in Valorant. I think that's a great example of what you can do. Just practice a lot. And people think, oh, I'm gonna be playing like 3 hours a day having fun, and just earning shit ton of money. Sadly, it doesn't work like that. Sadly, you have to work a lot. Sometimes like a full-time job. So even maybe 12 hours a day and streaming and talking. It's not like in my channel where I, you know, want to make a video, I just plug it in and talk. When you're you know, going pro, you actually have to put in a lot of effort. You have to put in a lot of effort in your stream, and you have to actually get a good rank. I don't have to do that. I can keep my rank as a silver or a gold. Nobody will care anyway, because they watch me for my personality. I hope, and my content and my value. Seriously, if you're, I would say 16 to 21 and considering going pro, would I suggest it? Yeah, if your parents can buy you this, if you're really rich and this is your dream and everything like that, you should definitely do it. But any other scenario where you have to work a full-time job or whatever to sustain this, you live in your own apartment, don't do that. Just, the chances of you going pro are too slim, and I don't think the benefits are that huge. Sure, if you look at all the pro players, they actually kind of got bored of the game anyway in a few years. So don't be like, oh, but I train 12 hours a day, I will be playing it forever and ever until the game, you know, until Valorant 2 comes out in 2045. A pro player lifespan is pretty short. I want you to know that. Anyway, be sure to check out my other videos, and it's Fatman signing out. Peace, guys.